So I'm assuming you're recording again. You're not gonna catch me with this 3.
No, I'm not recording.
Go fuck yourself. You're definitely recording.
I'm not recording.
Let me see it then.
No.
Today, teaching Brandon. I know how to pronounce this fucking name because we got the same name for once.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Teaching Brandon. I'd be mad as shit if he said that actually wasn't his name.
It was like Brandon or something.
We're gonna teach you how to Fakie TreFlip, or I'm not really gonna teach you, but I'm gonna help you with your Fakie TreFlip because, like I said, I kind of suck with TreFlips myself, so I can understand. All right, so this is what his TreFlip looks like. Okay, now this one, like a lot of the other ones, has a common problem of planting your foot too early. Again, I'm not gonna really get into TreFlip, but too much, unless people actually want a full-on tutorial for it. And then I gotta work on that with myself to make sure I got all the kinks out of my fucking TreFlips first. When you actually seen the TreFlip, you seem to be doing most of the things fine. I'm gonna keep this video short because there's not too much to actually teach you about this. You know, you're rolling up fine, your foot position actually seems okay, your shoulders seem, you know, to be just fine as well, but the one problem you're actually having is the same problem that a lot of people have with the kickflip. You're planting your front foot too early. So the thing is, you seem to be popping, and then just as you're popping and then turning and it's in midair, this foot is still above it like it's actually supposed to be, the foot you popped with. But this foot seems to flick out right after you flick out and everything. When you're coming down over it, you go straight into the actual ground. So basically, if I was going to show you how it looks without the actual board, you know, you're supposed to jump, and because it's going fakie, you don't have to jump to any direction. You know how I always usually say, you know, jump diagonal or anything? You don't have to jump diagonal with anything fakie most of the time because you're already going that direction, you know, same thing with nollie. So in reality, you would want to do the trick and actually come down with 2 feet like that. Your problem seems to be that as you're actually doing the trick, you come down like that. So it's 1 foot like that in the ground, and then you try to catch it and come down. Flick out, remember to come around, and then, you know, place your foot on it so you can actually come down and catch it. You're going like that, and then instead of jumping your full height like you're supposed to, foot's going straight to the ground, and then you're letting yourself catch it like that. But since you're also not catching it and standing in front of the board when you're catching it, that also says that you're slightly leaning. So you'll catch it and then kind of catch it like this, so you're not following through with your actual jump. The only thing I can really offer you for this one is, this is really mainly a commitment thing. You can try it into some grass, or maybe you're just doing it a bit too slow, because when you do things fakie and or nollie, going kind of slow actually sometimes make the trick a little harder. So get yourself up to do the trick like you usually do, you know, set up normally. But when you actually go to jump, make sure that when you're jumping, you actually bring your feet up. After you flick out, you want to make sure that your front foot comes back up and over. So a lot of times with the fakie tray, it actually goes this way. So you flick out this way, and then you actually bring your front foot up like this, because they should be perfectly on par with both your feet together like that, and then you come down together. The other thing is, you want to really make sure that you actually jump. You can't really jump, but too low. You almost have the perfect jump, just slightly actually higher, you know? So you got to actually make sure you're standing straight up, come up, both feet up right after you actually flick out, and then land on them together. I know that sounds a lot like one of those tutorials that says what you already know that you clearly need to do. But in this case, there's not much to actually help you with. You know, it's flick out, foot up, come down, you should be fine. Just avoid doing this, you know, in midair, coming down like that.
Pulling me.
Or separating your feet. I had that problem with a couple different tricks I did. You know, laser flip and I think hard flip being one of them. The only thing that I was able to do to actually get myself to fix it is that after you flick, make sure that both your feet are together and they always come down together. If one foot comes down before the other, then it's usually not right unless it's coming down on the board slightly like that. You actually want to make sure it's like, or a solid actual land. The last thing I can recommend though is that if you don't know how to do 360 flips, either regular or stationary, but especially, you know, like standing still stationary, try to really actually get yourself used to landing that, because when you're doing it fakie, that plays a big part in trying to get yourself to properly land it, because, you know, you've done it stationary, you've landed it before. Same thing with moving. You always want to start with the most basic form of the trick first. But I guess it's whatever one you found easier. So we hope you actually enjoyed this one. I will tell you guys the next video, but I honestly don't fucking know. So I gotta look through the rest of our clips. We're trying to get these out as, you know, fast as possible. Sorry for the delay, by the way, because of snow and a bunch of other things that happen out here. As you can see, it's kind of cold. But hope you guys enjoyed that video and tell me what you think. We're gonna be constantly improving these, by the way. If somebody's trick request, tutorials or whatever is a little bit more updated than yours, it's not playing favorites or anything. We're just trying to get better over time.
Get over yourself.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.